Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to an episode of PATTAY'S Performance. Today in the driveway, there's twins, but to me it's double trouble. Instead of making two videos and painting myself through both of them, I'm going to make one video out of both of these. Because as you guys know, I hate Kohler commands. Dislike them with a heartbeat. I'm going to call it a Kohler command. The Kohler XPT or whatever, I hate them with a passion. Overly complicated, not necessary. Just a really poor copy, I guess, of like a Chinese Chan the clone. Anyway, all this hype, hate them. So, this mower on the right was dropped off on my scrap guy a while ago, and I just kind of brushed it off to the project pile. This motor was actually locked up. I freed it up, and then I parked it. And this one, actually, Sam and Leo from S&O Brothers Landscaping dropped this off for me. So, let's see this. This was the locked one that I actually got free. Oh, it's locked up again. Guess not. So what I did is I pulled the spark plug, threw some oil in there, and I worked the blade back and forth. This one was sitting for a while. There was a little bit of rust in here. So, I mean, I'm assuming that there's rust in the cylinder, and that's what was, you know, catching. This one here, I have no idea, but it has a repair tag on it. That green tag is a repair tag from a repair shop. So, I don't know how I feel about repair tags on equipment when I get them. It's like 50-50. Either A, the machine's been serviced, or B, you know, it's not worth fixing, which can be almost anything from a repair shop. You know, blades there, everything looks good. It even has the cover. Gas tank is empty. Oil's good. Let's just undo the air filter real quick. I mean, even the front wheels aren't blown out. Even the front wheels on that one aren't blown out. I don't know. Do you just think... you know what? Let's start the triage. Let's hit it with some go-go juice. Maybe just take this tag off. I don't need this tag anymore. And let's just see what we got. All right. Now, do we do this quick and dirty while there's no gas in there? You know, let's see what we got. What the hell? Just a little bit of gas. We'll let that work its way into the carburetor. And then we'll see what I do with my... Oh, I must have put it in the truck. I'll throw some of my secret sauce in there. Seafoam. I'm gonna make sure you guys are in frame. Whoops. Some seafoam. Just a capful. Okay. It's leaking fuel. This fuel line is broken. Let me just show you. See that? Right here? This thing is completely split here at the tank. And it's actually pouring out at a very poor rate too. I wonder if that fuel filter is clogged. So let me tip this thing over on its side, throw some fuel line on there, and we'll give it a go. I have I don't know, I'm kind of torn on this. Do I just, you know, oh, that's why. Whoever did the tune-up on this did this wrong. What a crappy repair shop. Let's undo that. Okay. And then the reason why I know that is I could look at that other lawnmower. That fuel line was routed wrong. So thank God for that. I knew it didn't look copacetic, but we're good to go. So now I'm thinking, actually, you know what, I'm still 50-50 if we should just, you know what, since we're here, we're going to clean this carburetor. And then we're also going to reroute this fuel line the correct way. Oh, and the primer line, oh no, this vacuum line is broken too. And this is why I hate Kohler's. This is why I hate Kohler's. Piece of So this thing has been sitting for a while. So anyway, let's twist this line off. And look at that. Clean as a whistle. So let's do that first. Actually, let's do the other line first too, because that's going to be in the way. It looks like just primer line. I've never had to repair the line for the choke part on the carburetor. Okay, so there's your vacuum actuator, which is ridiculous. Comes all the way around, broken. And there's the other line right there. So let me take care of that. Well, that actually broke off the vacuum part. So this thing is done for now. If I have throttle cable, I could bypass this whole assembly and we won't need the vacuum. But let's go back to the broken one, the jammed up one. So I hate Kohler's. Vacuum does not belong on a lawnmower. Does not. And the funny part is, 5-Speed Ash was here. I just gave him a whole damn machine. So I gotta shoot him a message. Alright, so this is locked up. Spark plug is out. And let's just see if we could just wrangle this thing. Let's spin it. Alright, it's free again. Let's take this off. This one might be a little smoky because I see the gas is a little, the oil is a little overfilled on this. Another clean air filter. That's gonna have to be another video for another day. Unless this thing is just absolute crap itself too. And I'll just take parts off of one to rob the other. Oh, wait a minute. There. Let's see what we got. Alright. This has no gas in here too. But because Kohler's crap and I have no luck, we're gonna clean this carburetor since it's down already. Let me get you guys set up for that. We'll do a little quick and dirty. I am not pulling this carburetor off. Alright, let's try this again. We're just going to give this thing, actually I don't even need to. That looks like I could just give it a quick poke from underneath. And then we could also see what kind of shape this carburetor is, and the bowl actually hangs out. So let's see if I could squeeze my socket and wrench in there without. taking this off. And, well, can't even do that. I need a wrench. I'm not going to use my wrench. I'm going to be, baby. Let's take this out there. 10 millimeter. And we could just flop this bad boy to the side. Oh, and then that was the spacers. And then can we just pull this out just a little bit? Yeah. Yeah, we'll flop this to the side. Everything's falling out. Should have blew this machine off so I could see everything. Alright. Pull this out. Hold on. Yeah. That's on there tight. Yeah, that's on really tight. Oh, this carburetor. Holy crap, guys. You guys seen that? I don't have high hopes for this carburetor. I really don't. This carburetor is really, really tight. Jesus. All right, we're free. Oh my God. Look at this. Look at this. Let's just pull this back in. Oh my God. There comes the ball nut. This is just pure concrete. Look at that. It's just as I'm hitting it, it's coming out. Oh, man. Let's try and clean this first by hand before I dunk it into the ultrasonic cleaner. Ain't nothing easy. Ain't nothing easy. This is bad. You know, and these have all these torques hooked up to it. Unnecessarily. Unnecessary. Get that out. This needs new fuel line too. This fuel line's cracked, so we gotta put new fuel line on here. I keep two sizes of fuel line, regular Tecumseh Briggs, and then I have the Honda one. This looks like it's the Honda series version. Okay, now we learned from our last machine. Remember, I tried to snake this out and I broke it. So we're gonna have to remove the exhaust too on this. And you know, let's pull this. Well, that's all attached. We don't have to remove the vacuum, which is ridiculous. We have to remove these 10mm bolts on the exhaust right here. So let me get those out. Alright, so I got the two 10mm off the exhaust. This is very important. If you do not do this, you're going to break. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. Okay, so now we can move that out of the way. Let's unhook the carburetor. Now we are free. Alright, so gotta get this little jet out. I'm gonna spray some carb cleaner in there. Hopefully that'll break off some of the stuff in here. Now let's pull out this needle and float. Okay, the needle's not stuck. Rubber gasket's in fantastic shape. So that's a good thing. Okay, now when certain things are like rusted, I like to tighten them and then loosen. This actually came out pretty easy. Oh no, we're hitting some roughness. Oh no. This came right out. I am shocked. So, where is my tips? We are just going to work our way through on this. Okay. This is clean. Look at all these tips. This is clean. This is clean too. Does this have an idle circuit? This does have an idle circuit, so let's clean the idle circuit out too. Just gonna give this a blast. This one is gonna be a runner, I hope. Let's write down the key still. Yeah, this is gonna run. Run around this hole here. Alright, let's go to the idle circuit. This is our idle circuit right here. It's very simple. We just pop this out. And probably because while we're here, we're going to open up the idle circuit just a little bit. Okay? That is a very common problem we have here, living on an island. Snow blowers. Very seldom on other machines, but since I'm in here, it's foolish for me not to do that. Jesus, man. Everything is stuck in this thing. Alright, so I have this bowl gasket sitting in some lube trying to rejuvenate it. And this bowl is gross. Let's try and pop this out. I'm using my hose pliers. At least I'm thinking I can get even pressure and it's out. There's a little O-ring in here. Make sure we didn't damage it, but this little, oh, this is clogged. So what I like to do is just literally you get your smallest drill bit and you just open this up. This only controls idle, and this lawnmower doesn't idle. If if you've cleaned your carburetor, right, and you have surging still, make sure it's the idle circuit. Well, make sure you clean out the idle circuit. If that's still the issue, open it up just a little bit, and you're gonna have one happy running engine. I cannot tell you before I write about this on a form how many carburetors I used to replace off the bat. Even machines that are literally like new. And I think because this is actually so small that it clogs up pretty easily. So I don't know if, see, this was clogged. So let me just go the next step up. I just want to open this up just a little bit, and then we'll call it a day. I've even drilled these completely out on a snowblower, and it hasn't affected it one bit. It's not moving. There we go, and we're through. That's all we need. Stick that in there. While this hole is open, right down the keister we go. Don't drill that out. Just drill the plastic piece out. Yep, and we're good. Let's confirm. We have passage. Alright. Look at this mamma jammer. This is where steel or metal brush comes in handy. So let me just clean this out off camera. I don't want to bore you with that. And we'll get this thing going. And so I just got done cleaning this up. You know what I was thinking about doing? I always thought about it, but I never did it. I'm going to do that today, actually. It's going to be my gift to myself. It is Labor Day. By the time you guys see this video, who knows? But I always wanted to get a little Dremel. You know, Milwaukee M12 one, because that's what I use here. And I can get inside there and really clean, you know, stuff up. And plus, you know, it just comes in handy with other stuff I do around the house. That's what I'm gonna do. You know, you figure you buy the Dremel, and they have those little brushes, and you can use that. Oh, man, that was tight. And you can use that to work your way around things, like cleaning this bowl and the inside of this carburetor would have been effortless with the Dremel, instead of me just going around doing, really hate to say it, half-assed job. Stick that in there. I'm really surprised that came out, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this isn't going in right now. Yeah, this is just a pain in the ass. Alright, that's in there. I'll get this in here. Should have done this. Should have counted the threads on this, but I'll just gauge it by instinct. Usually these screws are about halfway through. They're not all the way in, and they're not all the way out. Come on. Get this nice and tight. Yep, just halfway. We will reassemble the carburetor. See that? See, still has the rubber tip. That's a good thing. Some positivity. Slide this back in. Get our gasket that's been hopefully refreshed, sitting in the lube, and will not leak. So this carburetor sits like that. I like to take the drain and out to the side it goes. And I think that bowl gasket's gonna be winner chicken dinner. Let me get this back on the machine. All right, so I wanna show you guys something real quick. See this fuel line right here? Remember they had it wrapped around and it rubbed through and broke? They have it going through inside here, and there is a zip tie behind here that holds this fuel line in as a guide. So that was the cause of death of that one. Whoever tuned it up, or whoever was inside here, did not observe that, and that's what broke it. So that's just your quick little tip, and we'll button this back up. All right, I forgot, I did promise some new fuel line. I buy it by the roll, so let's get that off, and let's see if we could match this up. There's that. Just give this a twist. Twist and pull. I honestly say I could. Oh, look, here's our fuel filter. See that? These are a pain to get out because you try not to crush it. You really, really don't. Sometimes I don't even put these back in. Oh, it came right out. Just give that a quick blast. But let's get this out. And as you guys can see, we're following that. We'll get our new fuel line. And all we're gonna do is we're just gonna match this up. Like so. And the most important part is when you do fuel line, I mean, you don't have to, but I have a special set of cutters for fuel line or just any rubber hoses in general. It gives it a flush cut. The hammer looks a little thicker. I think it has to be my Honda line. But we'll make it work. Come on. Just fit through that hole. Gonna have to be that special Honda line. Let's see if we can work our way around it. Squeeze this nub. out, and then you guys can get a better look. See this right here? The guy would have ran the hose through that on the other machine, would have never had that problem. Unless he used the wrong diameter hose like I'm doing right now. But I have a feeling everything is going to be alright. So let's stick this in here. We'll put that in there. Like so. What a pain. It's almost like it's begging not to be put back on. You have to be careful because it's actually twisting the nipple on the fuel tank. That's as good as it's going to get. We might just put a traditional clamp on there. We will see how that holds. I know if I put a traditional clamp on there, it'll hold, because we can make that as tight as we want. And I don't know where I put my 90s. I'm only working on 2 machines. Where could I put my 90? Yeah, even these are a pain in the you-know-what to put on. It really is that other special line that I keep for the Hondas. But since we used it, we're going to use it. Alright, so we got the fuel line in. Actually worked out perfect. So if you ever want to run the bigger fuel line, you know you have to take that nipple out. So let's get this air filter base in. Don't forget you have 2, one for vacuum, one for crank. So crankcase beather. So just have to make sure we get those in. Which is ridiculous, by the way, and not necessary. How many times did I say that in this video? Oh, guys, what do you think? You think we got a runner? Think you got a little winner chicken dinner? You think we were able to salvage this carb? Where'd that big nut go? That's probably the nut that fell. Oh, wait a minute. And those spacers too. Hold on. Hold up. Those spacers fall? No. So it must have just been that big nut that fell. Remember, I'm starting these by hand because you don't want to make something so easy complicated. What I really should do is pour the gas off that mower into this one. But gas is cheap. All right, let me get this down. All right, so we got gas in there. Throwing our seafoam. Let that get sorted out real quick. Move the mower around, make sure I didn't leave anything underneath. Alright. Doesn't look like we're leaking anything. You guys ready? You want to give this thing a pull? Now this thing should smoke like crazy. This thing, I think it has gas in the oil. I just want to run it maybe for a few minutes so it's just easier for me to suck out. But let's see what we got. Fire in the hole. Alright, we have a winner. I'm going to run this hot, service it. I think I have a bag for it, but I painted it black. I'll see if I can squeeze 200. If they offer me less, I'll just say I'll keep the bag. But I don't want to drag this video out. We still got the other one to work on. Alright guys, I am, hey. Alright guys, here's the blade. Not in bad shape. I'm going to recondition this, and we're definitely going to put an edge on this. Whoever tells you don't or do not sharpen blades, they have no idea what they're talking about. Okay? 30-degree angle on the top, never on the bottom. If you have any nicks and burrs, you just make a quick pass. If you sharpen your lawnmower blade like a knife, the quicker it's going to dull out. As a homeowner, depending on your property size, you should be sharpening your blades at least 2 times a year. The beginning of the season, and maybe about halfway through, or towards the end. Or if you hit something. I have, I treat my front yard and my backyard completely different, okay? I only have to sharpen my blades 1 time a year because I know my land. I know that there's nothing's gonna be there. I should hit nothing. And you guys know I'm on top of my lawn. I cut my lawn 2-3 times a week. So there's really not much to chop up in the first place when I get it to that point. Look what came in the mail today. So hopefully we can get this project moving and get this out of the pile and keep Mrs. Pattay's performance happy. I don't have a choice. So because I had this, had to wait for this to be delivered, did I put this back together nice and tight or loose? Nice and loose. So I'm just removing all these 10mm bolts. Now, if I had an extra throttle cable, I would have bypassed the system completely. But I didn't. So, to factory we go. There are a lot of people that bypass this. Or just the system in general, because this is completely unnecessary, complicated, and that's why I hate these mowers. That's why I hate these engines. I'm sorry. I like the mower, hate the engine. I will not go out and buy a non-running Kohler. Sorry. I only buy them running. I don't even work on Kohlers. This year due to COVID, I tried to do the right thing and unfortunately work on that. So we just have these 2 torques that hold it in. Here and here. So we're just going to undo those. Those are pretty skinny. And then hopefully we could fish it out through the carb linkage and move on. Hopefully. Alright, so it's just these 2 T20 screws, and I'm banking on that we could slide this in and out when we pick this up. Banking, keyword. I'm being careful not to drop this. Obviously the mower's on its side to be a little bit easier, but I don't have my fuel line hooked up yet. Because I'm most likely going to be putting on new fuel line. See that there? This is why I love these screwdrivers. You guys rag on me. Magnetic tip. Okay, can we move this out? Yes, we can. Yeehaw! And we'll get that out. Now, I'm going to do something very nice. Because the next poor soul that has to work on this, maybe you'll have just a little bit easier of a time. I'm actually going to throw some anti-seize on these bolts. And if you guys have been here before, you guys know exactly why I'm putting anti-seize on here. Oh look, and it comes in a new line. Forgot all about that. So let's try and snake that in. Yep. Alright. Well, these bolts are stainless steel. And that carburetor is aluminum. So when you have two different types of metals, they will rust together, making it very difficult to remove. So I will just, I'm going to jinx myself. Precision is key. Magnetic tips. Magnetic tips. There we go. See? It helps. There we go. And the next one. Just an extra step. Just an extra step. Because you don't want to be... You'll appreciate little things like this when you work on something somebody else has and they haven't done the right thing. There are a lot of people that have their opinions and views on anti-seize, but it works. So I don't understand. Yeah, besides it leaving a mess, other than that, there really is no negative to it. The only thing I don't put anti-seize on is lug nuts. I've heard many conflicting things about that, but lug nuts is something you should at least have removed once a year or every other year, so they should really never rust. So now we have that hooked up. Let's get it hooked up here, and we'll call it a day. Vacuum on a freaking lawnmower. Unreal, guys. You guys tell me, what do you guys feel about this design? I am no stranger to showing my emotions on this whatsoever at all. No stranger. Alright. Let's flop this over. Oh Lord. Neighbors. No comment. Hopefully you guys don't pick that up. Hopefully the microphone doesn't pick that up. No one wants to hear their crying. Alright, new fuel line time. Alright guys, I had to clean the carburetor. I wasn't going to film it because I just showed you how to do it on the other lawnmower. So this one had to get a carb clean. That stupid, what does Kohler call this thing? Down in the box right here. Diaphragm assembly. Okay, affiliate link will be in the description in case one of you poor souls have to do this. And let's fire away. This machine is very sappy and sticky, so who knows what could be underneath this recoil. Alright, have a little bit of a backfire and a little squiggly. I'm going to call this a wrap. I'm selling this thing for $125. I am going to change the oil, clean it up, recondition the blade, put it up for sale. That's it. I'm done. So Bob, clearing over $100 on this because of that stupid diaphragm. But it is what it is. Oh, you know what? I had to do a new fuel line, 2 clamps. Really not the end of the world. When I buy clamps, I buy them in bulk. And then the first machine I have to use them on, I bill it out to the entire machine. And same thing with the fuel line. So, I mean, it is what it is. And that's what I do. So I just don't, if you want to divide the fuel line and clamps into that's ridiculous. Just charge it out. See you later, love you, bye. Makes your life a lot easier. So, I'm glad to see this gone. Hopefully you guys are too. I hate Kohler. And if this video doesn't make you hate Kohler, then I don't know what will. Alright guys, if you guys found this video helpful, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Guess what? I'll see you guys on the next episode of PATTAY'S Performance. And don't forget the Mrs. and I, we go live every Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Alright guys, later.